So I've gotten messages from people before asking, well, they say they would love to see my thought process behind actually creating a deck, and that they'd want to see what everything went into it and how I created, I don't know, just the background behind it. And they're like, why don't you record yourself actually creating the decks? And I always thought that is a terrible idea, because deck creating is not interesting at all. In fact, it's extremely boring, because I spend more time on this game creating decks than I do actually dueling. I'll create a deck, maybe try it out 1 or 2 times, and then if I think it's completely lost and there's no redeeming qualities about it, I'll just abandon it and start a new one. And so what I was doing was I was creating a ninja deck, but the newest update to DevPro broke the search function. So every time I wanted to search out one of the ninjas, I'd have to go through and like, let's see, I want to add Grandmaster Hanzo to my deck. He's a dark type, warrior, level 4, and then I would search him out that way because I couldn't just search for his name. Or level 1 ones, I was like, oh, they're flip effect monsters, level 1 warrior type. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, here they are. I couldn't search out just ninja and get all those cards. So I was like, this is too much effort. Yeah, it was. There was so much to it. So I was like, forget this. I'm going to go try out my Darklord Fairies deck. Because when I was working on a variation of a hero deck, I found a whole bunch of cards when I was searching through for... What card was I searching through for? I can't remember, but I was looking through normal trap cards that special summon, and I found a whole bunch of ones that actually special summon from the graveyard. Like Monster Reborn, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect for a Darklord deck. Because it's all about that Darklord Fairy. Where when you special summon from the graveyard, you can special summon another fairy type monster from the graveyard. And I found Symbols of Heritage when I was looking for Ribbon of Rebirth because I couldn't type it out. I was like, you know what? Maybe if I had a way to easily dump those 3 guys, Dark Lords, into the grave, I could special summon them out with Heritage. So I was like, okay, I'm going to build an entire deck around that premise, using those 2 cards. And that's usually what happens, is I'll be looking through cards, because I love to actually like just look through the whole list. It's like, I need to add some trap cards in here. I'm going to look at all of them, and then I'll go through and spend like an hour reading through all of them. And that takes a long time, and it's extremely boring. And that's why I don't record myself doing it. But this time around, I switched my default key for recording to delete. Yeah, delete. And I actually do use delete a lot when I'm typing stuff out. Because if you didn't know this, delete actually deletes a character in front of the line, and backspace deletes it backwards. So if you just want to delete a word in front of it without having to, arrow over and then press backspace, you just press delete. So I sometimes accidentally record myself making decks. And this time around, I accidentally started recording myself while I was at the very beginning of it, and I was like, this is a really good way to show just how boring this is. But I mean, if people actually do find this stuff interesting, like if I recorded it and actually talk through my thought process of everything, I could make videos of it. It's not really a problem. I just don't think anyone would like it. That just seems really boring. I think I'll just stick with using the finished product, or dumping in all of the test ones into a video. So let's see. The thought process behind this was obviously using Valhalla. You can't have a Darklord deck without it. Only 2 Call the Haunted, that's fine. Wow, only 3 traps total. Throwing in the Lightsworn engine. Man, I must have had to... Oh yeah, trade-in actually worked, that surprised me. Triple trade-in, because almost all the targets in this deck are level 8. And now I'm trying to thin it out, because I have the deck I want. Except I will not go above 40 cards no matter what. So this is where I'm just thinking about which cards to take out. If I remember correctly, I take out one of the Darklord Zertas, one of the Lightsworn Beast, and one of the Dark Creators. And I can't remember what the other one is. Let's see. Looks like I'm looking at the symbol of heritage. I don't know why. I must have taken a pause at this point. Alright, so it looks like I was just staring at symbols of heritage for about 5 minutes before I actually went off. Anyways, the rest of the video is me taking out 4 cards and then fixing the extra deck so it's actually a good one.